The world is a complex tapestry of individuals, each with their own unique motivations and agendas. In this intricate web of relationships, trust and respect are the cornerstones upon which meaningful connections are built. However, not everyone is deserving of these privileges. There exist individuals who operate under the guise of friendship and integrity, only to reveal their true colors when the opportunity arises. These are the 9 types of people you should never trust and respect. Join us as we delve into the dark underbelly of human nature, exploring the traits and behaviors that mark these individuals as unworthy of your confidence and admiration. From manipulators to deceivers, narcissists to backstabbers, we will shine a light on the warning signs and red flags that signal danger on the horizon. So sit back, buckle up, and prepare to navigate the treacherous waters of interpersonal relationships as we uncover the secrets of the 9 types of people you should never trust and respect. Chapter 1: The Manipulator. In the intricate tapestry of human interaction, there exists a character whose presence is as subtle as it is insidious: the manipulator. This individual operates in the shadows, weaving a web of deception and cunning to achieve their selfish ends. With a keen understanding of human psychology and an arsenal of persuasive tactics at their disposal, the manipulator is a formidable force to reckon with. At first encounter, the manipulator may present themselves as charming and affable, eager to win your trust and confidence. They possess a disarming charisma that draws others to them like moths to a flame, making it easy to overlook the warning signs of their true nature. Behind their facade of friendliness lies a calculating mind, constantly scheming and strategizing to exploit the vulnerabilities of those around them. The manipulator is a master of deception, skilled at masking their true intentions behind a veneer of sincerity. They excel at playing the role of the sympathetic confidant, offering a sympathetic ear and a shoulder to lean on when you're at your most vulnerable. But make no mistake, beneath their outward displays of empathy lies a heart as cold as ice, capable of betraying your trust at a moment's notice. One of the most dangerous aspects of the manipulator is their ability to gaslight and manipulate their victims into doubting their own perceptions and reality. They will twist your words, distort the truth, and use guilt and shame as weapons to keep you under their control. Their ultimate goal is to bend you to their will, to make you dance to their tune like a puppet on a string. To protect yourself from the clutches of the manipulator, it's essential to remain vigilant and trust your instincts. Pay attention to any red flags or inconsistencies in their behavior, and don't be afraid to question their motives. Surround yourself with people who value honesty and integrity, and don't hesitate to cut ties with anyone who shows signs of manipulation or deceit. Above all, remember that you hold the power to resist the manipulator's influence. By staying true to yourself and refusing to be swayed by their charms, you can thwart their attempts to control and manipulate you. Trust in your own judgment and intuition, and never underestimate the strength of your own inner resolve. Chapter 2: The Opportunist. In the complex landscape of human relationships, there exists a character whose primary allegiance lies not with principles or values, but with self-interest: the opportunist. This individual is adept at spotting openings and exploiting them for their personal gain, without regard for the consequences or the well-being of others. The opportunist is a chameleon, capable of adapting to any situation and ingratiating themselves with those in positions of power or influence. They possess a keen eye for spotting advantageous opportunities and will stop at nothing to seize them, regardless of who gets trampled in the process. Their moral compass is flexible at best, allowing them to justify even the most dubious actions in pursuit of their goals. One of the defining traits of the opportunist is their lack of loyalty or allegiance to anyone but themselves. They are quick to abandon allies or betray trust if it serves their interests, leaving a trail of broken promises and shattered relationships in their wake. To the opportunist, loyalty is a quaint notion best left to the naive and idealistic. They prefer the cold calculus of self-interest over the messy complexities of human connection. The opportunist is a master of manipulation, skilled at charming their way into positions of power and influence. They excel at playing the game of politics, cultivating alliances and forging connections that serve their ultimate agenda. Behind their charming facade lies a calculating mind, constantly strategizing and plotting their next move on the chessboard of life. To protect yourself from the machinations of the opportunist, it's essential to remain vigilant and discerning in your interactions. Be wary of anyone who seems too eager to win your favor or who offers promises that seem too good to be true. Trust is a precious commodity, and it should be earned through actions, not words. Above all, remember that true integrity lies in staying true to your principles and values, even when faced with the allure of short-term gain. By surrounding yourself with people of integrity and moral courage, you can build a support network that will help shield you from the manipulative tactics of the opportunist. Trust in your own judgment and intuition, and never compromise your principles for the sake of expediency. Chapter 3: The Manipulator. In the intricate dance of human interaction, there exists a character whose every move is calculated to serve their own agenda, the manipulator. This individual is a master of deception and psychological manipulation, using cunning tactics to control and exploit those around them for their personal gain. The manipulator operates from a position of power, leveraging their charm, charisma, and persuasive abilities to bend others to their will. They are adept at identifying the vulnerabilities and weaknesses of their targets, using this knowledge to gain influence and control over them. Whether through flattery, guilt-tripping, or gaslighting, the manipulator knows how to push the right buttons to get what they want. One of the key tactics employed by the manipulator is the art of deception. They excel at crafting elaborate lies and half-truths to manipulate the perceptions of those around them, weaving a web of deceit that is difficult to untangle. They thrive on the thrill of deception, reveling in their ability to manipulate others like puppets on a string. The manipulator is a skilled actor, capable of assuming different personas to suit their needs and manipulate their targets. They may present themselves as caring and empathetic one moment, only to reveal their true motives when it serves their interests. Their ability to switch between personas with ease makes them incredibly dangerous, as their true intentions are often hidden beneath a facade of charm and friendliness. To protect yourself from the manipulator's snares, it's essential to remain vigilant and skeptical of their intentions. Pay attention to inconsistencies in their behavior and be wary of any attempts to guilt-trip or manipulate you into doing something against your better judgment. Trust your instincts and don't be afraid to question the motives of those who seem too good to be true. Above all, remember that true relationships are built on honesty, trust, and mutual respect. Surround yourself with people who value transparency and integrity, and don't be afraid to distance yourself from those who seek to manipulate and control you for their own gain. By staying true to yourself and your principles, you can protect yourself from the manipulator's web and forge genuine connections based on mutual respect and trust. Chapter 4: The Chronic Liar. In a world where honesty and integrity are valued virtues, the chronic liar stands out as a glaring exception, a shadowy figure whose words are as unreliable as shifting sands. This individual has a penchant for weaving elaborate falsehoods and spinning tall tales, creating a facade of deception that obscures the truth. The chronic liar operates from a place of insecurity and fear, using lies as a shield to protect themselves from scrutiny and judgment. They may fabricate stories to embellish their achievements, inflate their self-worth, or cover up their shortcomings, creating a false narrative that presents them in a favorable light. Unlike the occasional white lie told to spare someone's feelings, the chronic liar's deception knows no bounds. They lie with such frequency and conviction that distinguishing truth from fiction becomes a Herculean task. Their lies become tangled webs that ensnare not only themselves, but also those unfortunate enough to believe them. One of the hallmarks of the chronic liar is their lack of remorse or guilt for their deceitful actions. They may rationalize their lies as harmless or necessary, refusing to acknowledge the harm they cause to others. Their disregard for the truth erodes trust and credibility, leaving a trail of broken relationships and shattered reputations in their wake. Despite their best efforts to maintain the illusion of honesty, the chronic liar's facade eventually crumbles under the weight of their own deception. Their lies unravel, revealing the truth beneath the layers of falsehood and deceit. In the end, they are left exposed and vulnerable, their credibility irreparably damaged by their compulsive lying. To protect yourself from the chronic liar's deceitful machinations, it's essential to remain vigilant and skeptical of their claims. Look for inconsistencies in their stories and question anything that seems too good to be true. Trust your instincts and don't be afraid to confront them if you suspect they are lying. Above all, remember that honesty is the foundation of trust and respect in any relationship. Surround yourself with people who value integrity and transparency, and don't hesitate to distance yourself from those who habitually deceive and manipulate others. By staying true to yourself and your values, you can protect yourself from the chronic liar's web of lies and build genuine connections based on trust and mutual respect. Chapter 5. The Manipulator. Beware the master manipulator, for they are skilled in the art of deception and coercion, wielding their influence like a puppeteer pulling the strings. This individual possesses a cunning intellect and a silver tongue, using charm, flattery, and persuasion to achieve their desired ends. The manipulator is a master of psychological manipulation, adept at exploiting the vulnerabilities and insecurities of others for their own gain. They may employ tactics such as gaslighting, guilt-tripping, and emotional blackmail to control and manipulate those around them, leaving their victims feeling confused, helpless, and powerless. One of the most insidious traits of the manipulator is their ability to disguise their true intentions behind a mask of charm and charisma. They may present themselves as caring and empathetic individuals, showering their targets with praise and affection to win their trust and loyalty. However, beneath the surface lies a calculating mind, always seeking to manipulate situations to their advantage. The manipulator preys on the emotions and weaknesses of others, exploiting their fears, insecurities, and desires to achieve their own selfish goals. They may use tactics such as flattery, manipulation, and deception to gain control over their victims, leaving them feeling powerless and vulnerable. Victims of manipulation often find themselves caught in a web of deceit and coercion, unable to see the truth behind the manipulator's carefully crafted facade. They may question their own perceptions and reality, doubting their own instincts and judgment as the manipulator twists the truth to serve their own agenda. To protect yourself from the manipulator's toxic influence, it's essential to recognize the warning signs of manipulation and assert boundaries to protect yourself from their manipulative tactics. Trust your instincts and intuition, and don't hesitate to assert yourself if you feel that someone is trying to manipulate or control you. Above all, remember that you deserve to be treated with respect and dignity in all of your relationships. Surround yourself with people who value honesty, integrity, and mutual respect, and don't be afraid to distance yourself from those who seek to manipulate and exploit you for their own gain. By staying vigilant and assertive, you can protect yourself from the manipulator's insidious tactics and maintain control over your own life and decisions. Chapter 6. The Chronic Liar. Beware the chronic liar, for their words are but hollow echoes of truth, woven into a tapestry of deception and deceit. This individual has mastered the art of manipulation through falsehoods, spinning elaborate tales and fabrications to serve their own agenda. The chronic liar is a master of deception, adept at weaving intricate webs of lies and half-truths to conceal their true intentions. They may use their silver tongue to charm and manipulate others, spinning elaborate narratives to win trust and sympathy. One of the most dangerous aspects of the chronic liar is their ability to believe their own lies, blurring the line between truth and fiction until even they are unable to distinguish between the two. They may become so entrenched in their web of deceit that they lose touch with reality, creating a facade of falsehoods to protect themselves from scrutiny and exposure. The chronic liar may use their deceptive skills to manipulate and exploit others for their own gain, weaving elaborate stories to elicit sympathy, attention, or admiration from those around them. They may fabricate tales of hardship or heroism, exaggerating their achievements or downplaying their failures to create a false image of themselves. Victims of chronic liars often find themselves caught in a web of confusion and doubt, unable to discern the truth from fiction as the liar spins their elaborate tales. They may question their own perceptions and reality, doubting the validity of their experiences and interactions with the liar. To protect yourself from the chronic liar's deceptive influence, it's essential to recognize the warning signs of dishonesty and deception. Pay attention to inconsistencies in their stories, as well as any feelings of doubt or unease that arise during your interactions with them. Trust your instincts and intuition, and don't hesitate to question the veracity of the chronic liar's claims if something doesn't seem quite right. By remaining vigilant and skeptical, you can protect yourself from falling victim to their web of deceit and maintain control over your own truth and reality. Chapter 7. The Manipulative Narcissist. Beware the manipulative narcissist, for they are the architects of emotional manipulation and psychological control. This individual possesses an insatiable need for admiration and validation, which they seek to fulfill through the exploitation and manipulation of others. The manipulative narcissist exudes an aura of charm and charisma, drawing others in with their magnetic personality and captivating presence. They are skilled at using flattery and praise to win the trust and admiration of those around them, manipulating their emotions to serve their own selfish desires. One of the most dangerous traits of the manipulative narcissist is their lack of empathy and remorse, which allows them to exploit and manipulate others without guilt or remorse. They view people as mere objects to be used and discarded at will, caring only for their own needs and desires. The manipulative narcissist will go to great lengths to maintain their facade of perfection and superiority, manipulating situations and people to ensure that they always come out on top. They may engage in gaslighting, manipulation, and emotional abuse to control and manipulate their victims, leaving them feeling confused, powerless, and vulnerable. Victims of manipulative narcissists often find themselves trapped in a toxic cycle of emotional manipulation and abuse, unable to break free from the narcissist's grasp. They may experience feelings of self-doubt, worthlessness, and insecurity as the narcissist systematically undermines their confidence and self-esteem. To protect yourself from the manipulative narcissist's toxic influence, it's essential to recognize the warning signs of narcissistic abuse and manipulation. Pay attention to their behavior and how it makes you feel, trusting your instincts and intuition if something doesn't seem quite right. Set healthy boundaries and assert yourself if you feel that your boundaries are being violated or manipulated by the narcissist. Surround yourself with supportive and understanding people who can provide you with the love, validation, and support that the narcissist withholds. Remember that you deserve to be treated with respect, kindness, and compassion, and don't hesitate to seek help and support if you find yourself in a toxic or abusive relationship with a manipulative narcissist. By recognizing their tactics and asserting yourself, you can break free from their toxic influence and reclaim control over your own life and happiness. Chapter 8. The Chronic Liar. Beware the chronic liar, for their web of deceit knows no bounds. This individual fabricates falsehoods with ease, spinning tales of deception to manipulate and control those around them. The chronic liar is a master manipulator, adept at crafting elaborate stories and weaving intricate webs of deceit to serve their own selfish agenda. They have little regard for the truth, using lies as a means to gain power, control, and advantage over others. One of the most dangerous aspects of the chronic liar is their ability to deceive with conviction and charm. They may present themselves as trustworthy and sincere, lulling their victims into a false sense of security before striking with their next lie. The chronic liar may lie about anything and everything, from small, inconsequential matters to significant and life-altering events. They may embellish their achievements, fabricate stories to garner sympathy or attention, or outright deny their own wrongdoing to avoid accountability. Victims of chronic liars often find themselves caught in a tangled web of deception, unsure of what is true and what is false. They may feel confused, betrayed, and manipulated by the constant stream of lies and half-truths, unable to trust even their own instincts and judgment. To protect yourself from the chronic liar's deceitful tactics, it's essential to remain vigilant and skeptical of their claims. Pay attention to inconsistencies in their stories and be wary of any behavior that seems manipulative or deceptive. Establish clear boundaries and communicate openly and honestly with the chronic liar, expressing your concerns and setting expectations for truthful communication. Hold them accountable for their actions and confront them if you catch them in a lie, refusing to tolerate their deceitful behavior. Above all, trust your instincts and intuition if something seems off or too good to be true. Surround yourself with supportive and trustworthy individuals who value honesty and integrity, and don't hesitate to distance yourself from the chronic liar if they continue to betray your trust and manipulate your emotions. Chapter 9: The Opportunist. Beware the opportunist, for they are skilled at exploiting situations for their own gain, often at the expense of others. This type of person is always on the lookout for advantages and opportunities, seeking to further their own interests without regard for ethical considerations or the well-being of those around them. The opportunist is adept at identifying and capitalizing on favorable circumstances, whether in business, relationships, or other areas of life. They may be charming and charismatic, using their charm to manipulate others into doing their bidding or gaining access to valuable resources. One of the key traits of the opportunist is their lack of empathy and concern for others. They may exploit vulnerabilities and weaknesses in those around them, using them as stepping stones to advance their own agenda. They are willing to take advantage of anyone and anything to get ahead, even if it means betraying the trust of friends, family, or colleagues. The opportunist is driven by self-interest and a desire for power, status, and material wealth. They may be willing to compromise their morals and integrity to achieve their goals, rationalizing their actions as necessary for success. Victims of opportunists may find themselves used and discarded once their usefulness has expired. The opportunist is not interested in forming genuine connections or nurturing meaningful relationships. They see others as means to an end, rather than individuals deserving of respect and consideration. To protect yourself from the opportunistic tendencies of others, it's essential to be vigilant and discerning in your interactions. Pay attention to red flags such as a lack of empathy, a pattern of manipulation, and a disregard for ethical principles. Set boundaries and assert yourself firmly if you feel that someone is attempting to take advantage of you. Trust your instincts and intuition, and don't be afraid to walk away from situations or relationships that feel exploitative or toxic. Surround yourself with trustworthy individuals who value integrity and honesty, and cultivate relationships based on mutual respect and reciprocity. By staying true to your principles and refusing to compromise your values, you can guard yourself against the opportunistic tactics of others and build a life filled with genuine connections and meaningful experiences. As we conclude our exploration of the 9 types of people you should never trust and respect, it's important to reflect on the broader implications of these insights in our lives. Trust and respect are the cornerstones of meaningful relationships, whether in personal or professional spheres. When these foundations are compromised, the consequences can be far-reaching, affecting our well-being, happiness, and even our success. In today's complex and interconnected world, it's all too easy to encounter individuals who may not have our best interests at heart. From manipulative coworkers to deceitful acquaintances, the landscape of human interaction can sometimes feel like a minefield of potential betrayals and disappointments. However, armed with knowledge and awareness, we can navigate these challenges with greater clarity and confidence. While it's natural to feel a sense of disillusionment or skepticism in the face of betrayal or deception, it's essential not to let these experiences harden our hearts or erode our trust in others entirely. Instead, we can use these encounters as opportunities for growth and learning, honing our intuition and discernment to better identify trustworthy individuals in the future. Moreover, by embodying the values of trustworthiness and respect in our own actions and interactions, we can set a positive example for others and contribute to the cultivation of a culture of integrity and mutual respect. Whether in our personal relationships, our workplaces, or our broader communities, we have the power to create environments where trust and respect thrive. As we navigate the complexities of human relationships, let us remember the importance of remaining vigilant, yet open-hearted. Let us seek out connections with those who demonstrate honesty, integrity, and empathy, and let us strive to embody these qualities in our own lives. In doing so, we can build deeper, more meaningful connections and contribute to a world where trust and respect are valued above all else.